Hello there boys and girls, welcome to Scottish Geeks. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a chat about some radio shenanigans that have been happening today. I'm talking specifically about Radio WM and the Iain Lee Show, where he was talking about e-cigarettes, or vapes as I like to call them, to a friend of mine, Mr. Keith Hunt. Now, during the course of the interview, Iain was asking very sort of unloaded questions, so we say, or loaded, I don't know the difference, I can't remember. But anyway, he was talking about e-cigarettes in a way that sort of suggested that before the interview even started, he'd already made up his mind about them. In fact, he actually mentioned before, he says e-cigarette users are still smokers. Have you ever heard the phrase, there's no smoke without fire? Yeah, well, there's no fire in a vape. So how can you get the smoke? It's vapour, it's water vapour, that's what it is. But apart from that, for some reason he started talking about the joys of roll-ups, rolling your own cigarettes, and how much he loved it. You know, so you want to talk about e-cigarettes? Let's get away from normal cigarettes, yeah? Brief mention, fine, but you kind of talked about it for a little while. But he also talked about the flavours, you know, cherry and bubblegum and chocolate. There's hundreds of other flavours out there, why not mention those? And the fact that you think there's adults out there who don't enjoy chocolate or cherry or bubblegum, you know, it's a bit small-minded. The other thing was that he said that nicotine should be banned and he didn't want his children getting exposed to it and things like that. Fine, tell them they can't have any more tomato sauce on their chips, or chips for that matter, or, you know, any fruit or veg that has naturally occurring nicotine in it, like, I don't know, eggplant, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, you know, give them all up, because, you know, nicotine is evil. It comes from the same group as tannin, you know, that you get in tea and coffee. Why not ban tea and coffee as well? It's so horribly bad for you. Oh dear God, Iain. And he also mentioned that he fully expects his kids to come home stoned one day. Stoned, yay! And he said, oh, I know what you've been up to. Not, why are you stoned? You were both grounded for life. You know, he'd rather see his kids stoned than on an e-cigarette or a vape. I need to stop calling them e-cigarettes, not e-cigarettes. Anyway. But the point was that he cut off the conversation, you know, he didn't even allow Keith proper time to answer the questions. He interrupted consistently, constantly, and he just talked over him all the bloody time. Iain, if you're ever going to talk about e-cigarettes, and yeah, to Keith, the hobby part is not vaping, the hobby part is collecting. If you'd given him a chance to say that, you would know that. It's collecting mods, you know, things like this. You collect them. It's just, I don't know, it's just part and parcel of it. It's called shiny-itis. It's not to do with, and sorry, I'm going to go off in random areas here. Yes, there are meets. There are meets with people who have stopped smoking and went to vaping because, you know, it's a good thing. They don't get carcinogens. They are not going to die from smoking-related diseases. The fact you're so close-minded, wow. I'd love to have a chat with you about it at some point. If you want, I'm really available to talk to you. But thank you very much for watching, boys and girls. Let me know what your opinions are. I'll put a link in the description to where the radio interview actually happened and the time frame. Anyway. Catch you lot later. Bye bye.